Alright team, welcome back. So today's workout, pretty simple. It's just a little triplet. We're going to do a bit of, shall we say, a bit of old school bodybuilding style today, and we're going to focus on upper body and biceps. So we're going to keep it simple. The only thing that you're going to need is a bench. Okay, you could get away with doing this without a bench and use the floor and standing, but you're going to need 2 sets of dumbbells. Now I've chosen to go with a pair of 25s or 55 pounders for one, and a pair of 15s or 35 pounders for the other movement. So we're going to do 2 movements that are 2 pressing movements with the heavier kettlebells, and 1 movement which is a curling movement with the, I suppose, not so heavy kettlebells. So I simply want you to run your timer for 30 minutes. That's it. It's a triplet, meaning that we're going to go from 1 movement to the second and to the third. Okay, and you're going to simply pick a number. I simply chose to go with a set of 10 reps, and that's it. And I stayed consistent throughout the workout. This is not one that's going to really jack your heart rate. You should find your heart rate should spike. So if you're using a mind zone, you might go from the blue into the green a little bit, so into the aerobic just a little tiny bit. But other than that, your heart rate should be kept fairly low, because we're doing a pressing motion and we're therefore squeezing a fair bit, and we're not necessarily going to see blood boom, boom, boom coursing through our veins. However, you may see a spike when you finish your set, and that's okay. Just make sure if the spike goes into the green with the myzone, that you wait until it comes back down and then do your next set. The amount of sets is entirely up to you. I just simply ran for 30 minutes and got through an amount of sets. I think I did about 6 or 7 or thereabouts, but not killing myself. So movement number 1, set of dumbbells. We're going to lay down on the bench. Okay, we're simply going to be laying down doing dumbbell press, and we're going to press when we're laying down. Imagine I'm laying down in front of you. We're going to go with a neutral grip. So we're going to press like this. Now my neutral grip is not straight up and down. My neutral grip is like this, as if I'm holding onto my steering wheel, and therefore my dumbbells are coming to an arrowhead or a point, and that's how I'm doing my press. But I'm trying to get my hands down so that the head of the dumbbell just touches on my pec, but my elbows are not flared, they are in. So from here, it's that pressing motion. It's much like if I was to press something, or if I was to do a tricep push-up, but my hands are more on that 45 degrees. 10 sets of those. Movement number 2, we then bring our bench up to an incline position. Now on this bench here, we're simply going to come up to an incline position, and movement number 2 is bicep curl. So double arm bicep curl. So I'm sitting right the way back at the bench. If you need to, this bench has got a nice gap in it, so I can actually sit my butt cheeks in it. Otherwise, for benches that don't have that, you can elevate the front pad a little tiny bit. Simply laying back. Again, I'm not looking to use my shoulders, and I'm not looking to use my neck. I'm simply head back. Starting up here, full dumbbell, so palms facing towards me, all the way down, full extension, and I may see a little travel and up, but I'm not swinging the dumbbells. It is full extension, full contraction. So full pull up, full extension of my bicep, rotating up. Okay, now if you're not a fan of doing it out like this here, you can see what my hands did. They did this, they moved back into a neutral grip, and then I brought them up and I put them towards my face for movement number 2. Movement number 3, we went back to the heavy dumbbell, and we simply, again, sat in the same position, and we went for an incline press. So again, sitting back here, dumbbells up above my head, and again, I'm holding it in sort of somewhat of a neutral position. I'm not coming out here, I'm coming here, and I'm bringing it so that the head of the dumbbell touches my shoulder or my delt, and then from here, then I'm pressing back up. Okay, I'm not necessarily pressing straight up, I'm pressing on a little bit of an incline to hit the front of the shoulder a little bit for the workout. That's it. Not a difficult one today. Pretty simple. Let's call it old school bodybuilding style, upper body. So flat, neutral grip bench press with the dumbbells, incline dumbbell curls, double arm, and incline double arm overhead press with the dumbbells to finish on the shoulder. So a bit of chest, bit of biceps, bit of front of the delts. Now, don't have the bench at home, you can do floor presses, okay? You can do standing bicep curls. You could do seated presses, but you may find that you might not be able to do the heavy weight with a seated press, and therefore you might need to use a lighter weight. Option two, if you're doing this at home, most of us have got a step or somewhere at home you can do a step. I have done this before using a milk crate, but with a plate across the milk crate, so my ass, excuse the French, does not fall through the milk crate and it doesn't collapse. But with the plate on top, even a 5 kilo plate, it provides me with enough of a stable base that I can press through and get my shoulder presses. That's today's workout, old school bodybuilding style. Not a heart starter, not a killer, but just something back to basics for today's workout. Enjoy.